let's play Banished. In the last episode, you remember, a little bug happened where no one really did anything, but I think we have enough food stockpiled to where it should be good enough. Now, I did learn a few things while I was playing by myself. I did take a huge break from this game, about a week or two break from this game, to go ahead and familiarize myself with a different world that I played about 4 or 5 hours on that world, got to 35 years, and I learned a lot about the game. Primarily that iron tools will get you started up buying chickens. Once you buy enough chickens, you can then trade those chickens. I think you can trade the chickens, or you might be able to trade the chicken eggs, trade those for cows. You can trade it for more valuable stuff like that, but you're gonna need to use iron tools to get the chickens, and then you're gonna have a bunch of hens or pens of chickens. They're gonna gather up the eggs from it daily. You're gonna need a couple hundred, probably 200-300 to have a steady supply of eggs, and for it to be more efficient than fishing. It's not more efficient than fishing. So a lot of people froze last episode, which is not good. We have enough woodcutters. We have one more than we need. Are we building another woodcutter? Yes, we are. So alright, so what we want to do now is I'm gonna explain. I realized the last time that I played these farms, I had them all the way, let's say, about here, and the barns were all the way about, say, here. So that means that they had to harvest it, drag it all the way over here, go all the way back, harvest it, and then if they needed to go back to their house to get warm, needed to go back to their house to get food, they had to go ahead and do that. So we have to build the farms around a storage barn. The next thing that we're gonna need to make, and we might have to make it over here, I think, is a vendor, or we might be able to have enough room down here. But we might need to make a vendor. And the way I have this village set up and how it's positioned right here, it's not going to be the most best place for a vendor. Although they should be able to get food out of that storage barn, we might have to squeeze in a couple of vendors, like one there, one there, one there, and then build all around the vendors. Now the vendors will distribute firewood, food, a lot more efficiently. They won't have to run to the barns, so that AI bug problem where they wouldn't eat anything won't happen again. We also need to set up a town hall. Now a town hall is going to allow us to get nomads. Nomads are basically going to be like a huge migrant wave if you play Dwarf Fortress. That's basically what it's going to be like. We don't need a herbalist, so we'll take him off. And we don't need a miner. We'll take him off. Now, also the thing I learned about mining, you don't need to use mining. This thing's going to stay here forever. We don't need to use mining until we get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. Why is that there cold there? I don't know, there's cold there, but we don't need to use that until we get about 150 people and extra jobs just laying around. We're not going to be using that or a stone quarry for quite some time. And we'll have the quarry and mines all through here. Since there's a huge mountain right here, we'll have a bunch of mines set up. Foresting down here. This will pretty much be a huge industrial area for logging and stuff like, stuff like that down here. Also, happy Easter, guys. Well, it is Easter now. It's not going to be uploaded on Easter, but happy Easter for me, because it's Easter. So, yeah. And then we'll go ahead and put everything else up here. We might need a little bit more room for logging. I'm not sure. If we do, we can expand out of this little thing, use that, build a bridge over, use that for some more industry if we need to. But, yeah. Where is our blacksmith? We need to set our blacksmith tools up to 200. 200. There we go, we'll set that to 200. And now I need to find a suitable place for the city town hall. And I'm actually going to be expanding a little bit slow, because last time I expanded too much, and that's a very bad situation. You don't want to expand too much. When you expand too much, you might set up farms wrong, you might not have enough farms, so you kind of want to make sure that you have farms and stuff like that set up. Also, the next thing that I want to get out of the way is a boarding house. I don't know if we'll be able to fit this in here. Oh, Leviosa, stop. We can't fit that in there, Leviosa. Okay. Where are we gonna put this thing? We're gonna have to surround the farms, so... We'll put it over here. Right next to the cemetery. And we can actually build a couple more houses. We have enough stone and stuff to build about that much. If we need more, we can go ahead and gather it. But I'm gonna try not to set too many gathering tasks because that usually sidetracks people. They'll want to go out, the farmers, they'll want to go out and get that stuff because they take up laborer jobs when they're not farming. So they will want to go out there and take all that stuff, and I don't really want them to do that because they're going to need to be back by late spring. So if I have them running all the way back by late spring, they may, you know, be a bit of a problem there. But why is this thing isn't being built? I don't know. We might need to gather up a few more resources for that. I am assuming a farmer died. We'll take off the tailor because we don't need one right now. We do need to expand a bit because we're going to need more adults. This amount of farms, since we have surpluses, we want 1/4 of our people being farmers. 1/4 of our adult population being farmers. So, we have 20. That's about half. That's a little bit more than a half, actually, since we only have 36 adults. So this is going to be enough to supply us for a lot of people. About 50 farmers is enough for 150 people. So you want like 1/4 of your people to be farmers. So this is enough for us to expand a tiny bit. But we'll expand bit by bit and see if we have enough farms to support that many people. And then we'll, you know, continue after that. So what we also want to do is if we are planting wheat on any of these, we want to switch off of wheat. Okay, we have corn. We have wheat. Squash. Okay, so if for some reason we should be able to get corn year-round, and it should grow 100% yield if we start soon enough. But things like wheat and squash, you have to switch off. You have to switch between corn and squash, and it will, I guess, make the soil better. It seems to work like that for me. If you just switch them off, they produce a lot more yield. So if we do start manufacturing like wheat or squash, we will have to switch them off with other crops. But I like having corn because it's a free all-around crop. It's good. It's good all the time. So, and I also want to have houses around the farming. So we want to have farms inside the village and have housing around the farms. Now that's going to be because we want the farmers to be able to get to the fields very quickly in early spring, be able to get them to plant extremely early, get that 100% yield, get it all out, stuff like that. So, we want that. You go ahead and take that builder off and make him a laborer. Now, another thing, we don't really need cemeteries. This 144 grave cemetery is going to be enough. I'm not going to make any more cemeteries after that. I don't really care if they have a place to be buried. It doesn't really seem to affect the game at all, so, I mean, I don't give a crap where they get buried, so it's just kind of a waste of space. So I'll just leave that grave right there, and I won't build any more. Also, another thing. I may have made a huge mistake here, because if you start out by building stone houses, fuel is a ton more efficient when you have stone housing, which is why I'm going to start building stone housing from now on. You want stone housing. You don't want wood housing. We probably, since we took the medium start out, we probably right off the bat could have built stone housing, and it would have been a lot more efficient fuel-wise. So they burn a lot less fuel if they are stone, and that'll help out a ton. And we're gonna need to do that when we get bigger. So from now on, we're gonna build all stone housing. So where we have about 3 woodcutters right now, we probably only need 2 to supply all these if they were stone. Looking like we're gonna get a good harvest. Alright, we need to get that town hall up. Once we get that town hall up, I'll be able to look at a more in-depth version of this right down here. Excuse me. Okay, we need to go ahead and set all these to harvest or else we might lose it all. They'll automatically harvest by early autumn if you already haven't harvested them. But that usually doesn't seem enough time for me to get them all, so I'd rather get them all than miss some. And we also want some laborers. I really realize that. You want some laborers because those are the people moving your shit around. They're going to be the ones taking all these wood piles, putting them into the stock piles, taking all the food, putting them into here. They're going to help a lot, so we want about 10 or 5 spares at all times. They're also going to fill in jobs for when people die. So they are actually very important in this game, and I didn't realize that before. This barn is full. Do we have another one? Yes, we do. See, like, where this barn is right now, it's kind of in the center of all the farming, so... We also want to set the amount of iron tools, so we're going to get to 70. That'll be enough to purchase a chicken. We might get lucky and get a female chicken. They'll lay eggs. I don't know if you can get male chickens, but I had a male chicken... or what I thought was a male chicken, and he didn't lay any eggs. So, I'm just gonna call him a male chicken. He didn't lay any eggs, so... and it didn't repopulate and stuff like that, so I just gonna call him a male. Don't know if he actually was a male or female, but I don't even... you know, I don't even know, but... But yeah, I haven't been struck by a ow! Hit my microphone. I haven't been struck by a disaster yet. In my time of playing on camera and off camera, I haven't been struck by a disaster. I've been struck by diseases a ton of times, and those usually get me pretty good. Those will kill pretty much all of your children and elderly people. They won't strike up the people 15 to like 30. They won't hit those people. They usually tend to not hit those people, but they can. But they'll usually get the elders, like 50, 70, those people, and the really young, like 0, 9, stuff like that. They'll get those people, and they'll wipe them out. So we want to build a hospital, because if we get a disease right now, it's pretty much it's gonna put an end to us, pretty much, if we get it. A lot of our people are old, I assume, right? Or are they all like 25, 29, 18? Oh wow, a lot of them are young then. They have education. Do we not have a schoolhouse? We have a schoolhouse. Excellent clothing. Alright, so, let's see. Can we order chickens from you? I don't know if this is gonna be enough. Is that enough? 800 units? No. Okay, it's enough for chicken. So we're gonna produce enough iron tools to make enough chickens to then trade. And we're also gonna need a miner eventually. When we get big enough, we're gonna need the miners to set to iron. Because the iron will, We're gonna need that for the blacksmiths. There's not gonna be left on the map, and it's not gonna be efficient enough to have our laborers go out there. So we're gonna have to set our miners to mine iron. I don't know why they're not finishing this town hall. I'm gonna increase priority on it. Hopefully they'll get that done, because I really need that done. That town hall is very important. As well as the boarding house. Basically, anybody who's homeless, if a huge wave of nomads come in, they're all gonna swoop right into that boarding house. It'll give them a place to live. They won't freeze during the winter, but I assume they'll be very unhappy if they're gonna be staying in a boarding house, a communistic boarding house for the rest of their lives. So it'll give us enough time to go ahead and build them houses. Now, we're not gonna accept nomads. I did that, and it utterly screwed me over. We're not going to accept them unless we have a ton of excess food, because they usually come in like groups of 20, and if they're coming in groups of 20, then you've got to have enough food for those people. Now, you assume, you know, if they're coming in like groups of 20, you got to assign 5 more farmers, you got to make a bit more farms. You need a bit of excess food to actually feed them, especially if they come in winter. You're going to need a ton of excess food to go ahead and feed those people, so that way they can become a part of your village. So we want to expand at the right pace. We don't want to go too slow to where, you know, things aren't happening. We're losing elderly. We're not getting enough young. We want them to move smoothly. We can expand at a rather slow rate. We don't need to move too fast on it. We need to get this done, although. Our laborers need to hurry the heck up. Yes, there you go. Let's get some builders on that. Okay, we need a hunter. We only need about 1 trader, 2 as well. At least in the beginning. If we have excess people, we can go ahead and put them as traders. But mostly we're going to need a lot of vendors, because those are going to be the people taking the stuff out of the marketplace and giving it to the people at their homes. So we're going to need a lot of vendors. So yeah, they'll go ahead and work on that down there. Our hunting post is over here. We need all the hunters that we can get, so we can go ahead and kick this clothes making into high gear. Lost pretty much all of our clothes, so we could actually probably upgrade some of these houses. Oh, we're out of wood. Well, what's going on here? You guys taking out iron to be building stuff. Yeah, we need to chop down a bit more trees. We should have enough to build all that stuffs. We need a builder to go ahead and get on that. We'll assign a couple extra builders. They don't seem to be liking that building project over there, the town hall. Go ahead and set up a walk path over here. Not sure if we can build a walking path over here, down here, and connect it with this one, but if we can, we definitely will. I like having paths in between my village. I don't think dirt ones actually do anything or actually do much, but if we put stone ones, can we put stone ones right over it? Yeah. We can instantly upgrade to stone ones, and those will make them actually move faster, so. That'll actually make them move a ton faster. We actually can remove all the resources over here. All the resources over here, because we're going to be expanding over here. We'll leave just enough for the forester and herbalist to go ahead and do their work down there. Yeah, we're going to have to probably expand foresting to over here. Maybe mining into that little mountain over there. It all depends. It all depends. Chestnut seeds. We're not going to actually buy seeds since they cost so much. But if we buy one seed, we get the seeds forever, I think. You buy the seeds, you get to plant it forever, so. Yay, our town hall's up. Okay, so basically, the town hall is going to give us a bigger overview of this little thing. We're not going to actually keep the town hall tab open, although we could. Can we downsize it? I don't know. But we're not going to leave that open. We'll just leave this little tab open. I don't like having this one open. So we can see the percentage of our people who are educated. A lot of them are going to be. If it's over 90%, we're pretty good on education. Education's pretty essential. It makes them work a lot faster. It makes them know what they are doing. It's basically like having tools and not having tools. You can remove your kids out of school if they are like 13, 9, stuff like that, and they'll become workers. But the problem with that is they won't be educated. They'll do their job a bit more sloppily. You want them educated. It's basically like having iron tools or no tools. You're going to need the tools, so you want that. You want that. It'll also tell us, the year, our professions, basically a big overview of what we've got lying around here. Now, the biggest part is the nomads that we can allow or deny them. If a huge group comes in, we've got the boarding house open, I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah, we'll build another farm somewhere over here, and we'll be good there. We can look at graphs, inventory, all this stuff. Alright, let winter begin. Winter is no longer coming. It is here. So they're going to go ahead and remove everything from that house, remove everybody from that house, and upgrade that to a stone one. So I need to gather up more stone. Iron. Yeah, we need a lot more iron. People say that I say iron really weird, and it's freaking New York accent. I don't think it's an accent, but apparently iron. I'm saying it wrong. Iron. Apparently it's iron, not iron. Or iron. I don't even know what it is anymore. I done confused myself. So that boarding house is a ton of room, but we don't want people living there for too long. So it's gonna be great if it's always empty, kind of thing. But it's good to have. Shut up! Notifications. I died on my single player world from hunger. Everybody died basically of hunger before I died of a disaster or a disaster came. So I don't know. I don't know what that means. Some of my friends have had the disaster happen very early on, like the 4th and 5th year. Like snow, what are they? Tornadoes come, but I haven't. And I feel kind of sad because I don't get to tornado. 144 grade. I guess you could say that's a hefty amount. And 12 foresters should be enough for a steady supply of logs for 4 woodcutters. So, for every 1 woodcutter we have, we need 3 foresters. Or every 3 forester, 1 woodcutter, yeah. Go ahead and assign the rest of the foresters, since we're gonna need the wood. We're gonna need the wood for a ton. Wood is actually really useful, so. Stone, eventually, is gonna be really hard to get once we clear up the whole map of stone. I had that problem last time, so the stone quarry, we should have enough stone lying around on the map. Oh yeah, especially over here. We should have enough to get about 200, 300 people, if not more. Houses, so we'll have enough people to be stone cutters then and get some more stone for us. That won't be a problem. Got some stone housing over here. We can actually set some more of these to upgrade. Got another trader coming up on the stream here. Hey there, buddy. How you doing there? Oh, we only have stone. You're useless. Get out of here. Why are you in here? Oh, you can bring coats. I would gladly take coats. I don't know why you didn't just bring coats, but it's me. $800 venison. Hunter's posts can actually provide a ton of food. You just have to look at where the deer go, because they will change, so you will have to eventually, you know, move your hunter's posts and stuff like that. Oh crap. Is this all on harvest? Oh. Might have made a bit of a mistake there, not paying attention, but I think we might be okay. We kick it into high gear, we'll be alright. Prioritize it all. Get this done. Get it done. Especially this one big one. It's a big one. That's a lot of crops, guys. We did hit 8,000. 8,000. We should be at 8,000. I don't know. Hopefully they'll get most of that, but I don't know. Connect the dirt road to that housing right there. And now we've got our boarding house, so if any nomads come by, we'll be good! 8,000 food. Actually, you guys are doing well over here. Did get the food down early, but you definitely got down enough, so. Oh, you guys actually did really well. Got most of it before the snow did. We need iron. Is there all the iron gone down here? We need iron. Oh yes. I almost forgot. We need a hospital, and this is enough room for a hospital over here, so we'll go ahead and grab that. Basically, if they go into the hospital, we'll be able to cure them instantaneously almost. It will be quarantined, and if we're lucky, it'll only kill about 1 or 2 people. the hospital is actually, it's a ton useful. It won't kill pretty much nearly anybody when you get a disease in your town, so definitely want to keep one of those handy, because those are handy dandy fandy. It'll provide another job for a person, so that's always good. Jobs are always fantabulous. Probably build some more farms out here. Now, we won't actually set these farms up for people to get until we absolutely need them. Alright, well, thanks for watching, guys. This has been another episode of Banished. If you guys are liking the series, please leave me a like, a comment, a subscribe. If you haven't already checked out my channel, please go ahead and do that. You could click on the annotations above for more videos that I've done. And I'll see you guys in the next video. This is MrNoDStudios signing out. Bye-bye.